Hi, I'm Judith Sullivan. I'm a zero balancer, which means I work with bodies to help take the stress out of them. Zero balancing works with both the energy and the structure. I was in class and I was playing with the bones and talking to a student, and I noticed that while I was talking that I was picking something up with my hands. So I looked and I thought, wow, this has the same feeling that I have when I play with the parietal bones. I have these parietal bones right here, and you'll notice that on the outside of these parietal bones you have interdigitations, which keeps the bones stable and doesn't allow movement in this direction. But on the inside of the parietal bones you have basically a very straight line. So on the opposite side of the bone you have an abutment plate that works like this, so that which protects the integrity of the sutures. So on the outside it looks like this, and on the inside it looks like this. And so there's a certain kind of a rocking motion that you get before you bump into the abutment plate. As I looked more carefully, I saw that there were little ledges, like an abutment plate here on the ilium, which I'd never really noticed before. And it's like, okay, well, that's an abutment plate. That keeps the sacrum from moving, from getting dislocated in one direction or getting dislocated in another direction. The question that I had is, what is creating this motion? Because this is the sacroiliac joint right here, this yellowish, whitish color right in here. It's like an ear shape. When I looked more closely, I saw that right next to it there was a sulcus in the sacrum, a sacral sulcus, which is sort of like an innie. And then you have the ilial tuberosity, which is like an outie. And that these two really fit together. Now what's between all of these things are ligaments, which hold everything together, and those are very important. So it's like, wow, so there is really the potential for motion here because these fit so clearly into each other. And I think that's why we have the motion that we have in our hips, and when there's no movement, we have pain in our hips, we have pain in our back. Another way of working the sacrum and the ilium is to really pay attention to this part of the sacrum and the ilium. And most important places in the body have specific names. So I've named this particular place on the sacrum and the ilium Sullivan's notches. In order to work with the sacroiliac joint, we either put a fulcrum up through the sacrum or compress from the top of the body on the ilia. However, to work with this part of the body, if you have one hand on the sacrum and the other hand on the ilia, you can really feel into that part of the bone which may have some stresses in the ligaments. Zero balancers do this.